Have you ever wondered if earning $1 million a year is something that's actually possible for an ordinary person? Well, today we're going to dive into the Financial Freedom Blueprint, a plan that says, yes, it absolutely is. We're going to break down the exact strategies from the source material and see how it all works.
So let's just get right to it. Does earning $1 million a year feel like, well, an impossible dream? According to this blueprint we're looking at, the answer has nothing to do with luck or being some kind of genius. It's all about having the right plan.
All right, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to cover 4 key things. Getting your mindset right, figuring out which role you'll play to make money, then how to fuel your growth with a super simple savings rule, and finally, how to put the pedal to the metal and accelerate the whole thing.
Okay, first up, and honestly, this might be the most important piece of the whole puzzle, the mindset. See, before any of the how-to stuff can work, you've got to totally shift how you think about wealth. It all starts with making a real decision, not just a wish.
You know, the source material points out this huge trap that so many of us fall into. We get stuck just wanting money. We daydream about it, maybe wish on a star for it, but that kind of passive thinking, it almost never leads to real results.
And that brings us to the absolute core of this mindset shift. There's this massive difference between passively wanting money, like hoping you win the lottery, and actively deciding you are going to make money. Yeah, one's a fantasy, the other is a plan of attack.
Let me put it this way. Wanting money is all about waiting for good things to happen to you. But making money, that's treating it like a skill you can actually learn. It means you're not a spectator anymore. You decide to get in the game, learn the rules, and then you take real intentional steps to win.
And man, this quote just nails it. Your way of thinking has made you who you are today, but that same thinking won't get you where you want to go. It's so true, right? To change your results on the outside, you first have to upgrade the software on the inside.
All right, so you've got the mindset on lock. What's the next step? Well, now you need to pick your ride, the vehicle you're going to use to generate that income.
So this blueprint breaks down the whole idea of making money into 5 different roles. I like to think of them as different trails up the same mountain. Each path is different challenges, different risks, but also different rewards at the top. And understanding these is absolutely key to figuring out your own strategy.
So here they are, the 5 roles all laid out for us. Look, most of us start out as an employee. It's safe, it's stable, but there's a pretty low ceiling on what you can earn. Then you've got the entrepreneur. That's your classic high-risk, high-reward path. But what I find really interesting is the expert path. The blueprint says this one has high rewards, but with surprisingly low risk once you've put in the time to actually become the best.
Okay, but here's the real game changer from the blueprint. This is super important. You don't have to just pick one and stick with it. The magic, the real speed happens when you start stacking these roles on top of each other. Think about it. You could be an employee during the day, bringing in that stable paycheck, and then be an investor at night, using that income to build serious long-term wealth.
Okay, so you've got the mindset. You understand the different paths you can take. Now let's talk about the fuel for your engine. The source gives us this incredibly simple but really powerful rule for building up your cash pile.
This next quote, seriously, could change your entire financial future. It is your savings, not your income, that makes you rich. I mean, think about it. Earning a big salary is great, but if all that money is flying out the door just as fast as it comes in, you're not actually getting any richer, are you? Real wealth is built from what you keep. Your savings rate? That's the real horsepower behind your financial growth.
So, the rule this blueprint gives us for building that engine is called the 50-50 principle. It's super simple to remember, and the whole point is to split your extra cash into 2 powerful streams that work together to build momentum.
Okay, so here's how it actually works. First, after you've paid for all the essentials, rent, food, the drill, you look at whatever money is left over. That's your surplus. You take that surplus and you split it right down the middle, 50-50. Half of it, 50%, goes straight to attacking any high-interest debt you have. The other 50%, that goes right into your savings and investments. What's so brilliant about this is you're killing your debt and building your wealth at the exact same time. It creates this awesome psychological win that keeps you going.
All right, we're on to our final section. Let's talk about the ultimate accelerator. The blueprint basically calls this the ultimate shortcut to success. And it's all about learning from the people who've already been where you want to go. The source material uses this really cool metaphor. It's a Chinese proverb that basically means drawing a tiger by looking at a cat.
The idea is, why try to figure out how to draw a tiger from scratch when you can just find one and model it? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Find someone who's already done what you want to do, find your tiger, and just model what they did.
And the blueprint is crystal clear on this point. It says you need at least one coach or mentor. This isn't just a nice to have, it's a necessity. Think about it. A good coach helps you sidestep the landmines they already stepped on. They help you see opportunities you'd miss, and they just dramatically cut down the time it takes to get where you're going.
But it's not about just grabbing advice from anyone. You have to be picky. Only follow people who are more successful than you are in the area you want to grow in. And it's not just about one mentor. Surround yourself with successful people. And please, please don't take financial advice from your broke friends. Only listen to people who have direct experience and have gotten the results you want.
And this right here is why this is so incredibly powerful. For most people, the idea of earning a high income feels totally out of reach because, well, they've never actually met anyone who's done it. It's just an abstract idea. But when you get close to that person, to your tiger, it completely demystifies the whole process. Suddenly you see that it's not magic. It's a series of steps, and you can see exactly what those steps are.
So, that brings us to the final and maybe the most important question that this whole blueprint leaves us with. It's not just about what you're going to do next. It's about who you're going to start imitating. So, who is that person that's already living the life you want? Who is the tiger that you're going to start learning from today?